and welcome to another live class. It is Friday, and this is going to be a restorative yoga class with some myofascial release. So we're going to be doing some myofascial release, and I'm going to talk about what that is. All you need is your hands for that, for this one. It's usually things that I just reserve for our members, but I'm going to be showing you about that because in February we do Fascia February in our membership community, and I wanted to give you a little taste of it here today. You're going to need a wall, a mat, a blanket on top of your mat, an extra blanket for folding, and a bolster for today's class. So let me know where you're joining us in the world. Say hello and put your name in and let us know where you're joining from, and let us know how what you know about myofascial release and that. It is 12 minutes to the hour. We will get started in 12 minutes, but I like to come on 12 minutes before the hour to say hello so we can have some time to talk before we get started and just have a little bit of a conversation and say hello and have some time together. So today is a special day. Not only do we get to practice yoga together in this restorative class, but it is our daughters. Tim is here answering your comments as we practice together today. It's our daughter's 17th birthday. Trinity turned 17 this morning at 5:20 a.m. So every year on her birthday, I get up at 5:20 and I just remind her that that's when she was born and how much that meant to me. I was lying in bed this morning before getting up and just remembering what an amazing moment that was when she was finally first placed in my arms. Trinity had a rather traumatic birth, and so when she was first born, she was taken away from me for a number of hours, actually, and I didn't actually get to hold her until 4 hours after she was born. So when I finally got to hold her, and then she was in an incubator, and she cried all day the first day of her life. It was so traumatic, actually, to be honest with you. When she finally got put in my arms, like later that day, she finally stopped crying. So I think about that always on her birthday, just what a relief it was to hold her and to see her finally. So very special day. So also put happy birthday Trinity in the comments, 17 years old. Think back, remember what it was like to be 17? Do you remember what it was like to be 17, Tim?
I don't know what I had for breakfast yesterday.
Tim said he can't remember what he had for breakfast yesterday. I can't really either, actually, to be honest with you. When I was 17, I knew Tim then. I met him when I was 16, so there you go. I already knew the father of my child when I was 17. So, myofascial release we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using our hands for that, and we're going to be exploring how this is going to allow us to let go more deeply in our restorative postures. I'm really excited to share this with you. It's a little sneak peek, like a taste test, kind of like appetizers for what we do in a lot more depth in our membership community. In our membership community, we use the props for that. We use soft foam roller, we use balls, and in February we spend the whole month on this. We have so many videos, we have plans, like we have 6-week plans for people who are just starting with the props, and for people who have chronic illness who want to start with the props. We have 6-week plans for people who have back pain, lower back pain or upper back pain, and then we also just have videos for various parts of your body, for your lower back, your upper back, your shoulders, your spine, and we just spend the whole month really focusing in on fascia. So that's going to be exciting. Are people joining in and saying hello, Tim?
Yes.
Yeah, let's say hello to some people.
Say hi to Viviana from Buenos Aires.
Hello, Viviana from Buenos Aires.
Patrick. And
Hello, Patrick.
Brian.
Hello, Brian.
New Jersey.
In New Jersey.
And everybody said happy birthday.
Oh, thanks for saying happy birthday to my dear Trinity.
And Patrick wants to know if this will be okay for his back.
This class will be okay for your back. We're going to start with legs up the wall. So for people with back issues, you can do that either with your knees bent with your legs up the wall, or you can do legs up the couch or legs up the chair. The idea is straight leg forward folds, having your legs straight either in Shavasana or legs up the wall, or straight leg forward folds of any kind are really not a great idea when you have back issues. So you could just always modify. So instead of doing legs up the wall, you can do legs up the couch, legs up a chair. You can do that instead. And then the myofascial release is going to be amazing for back pain, for sure.
So we've got Renata and
Hi, Renata. I haven't seen you in a while.
and Tanya.
Susan Norton.
No, Susan, let me think here. Susan Ross.
Oh, hi, Susan Ross. Welcome.
And of course, Renata is in Hungary.
Yes, Renata is in Hungary. I'm glad you're able to be here today.
And Cello in Phoenix.
Hello, Cello in Phoenix.
And if we mispronounced your name,
So yes, apologies if we mispronounced your name.
we do not have a spinal. So we've got Conqueror from Lisbon.
Conqueror from Lisbon.
So greetings to you in Portugal.
Hello in Portugal.
And
Wow, we've got the world represented.
we've got Mexico here from Flavia.
Flavia in Mexico. Nobody in Asia yet.
Yes, there's somebody in Asia.
Oh, there is somebody in Asia, but we can't read. We can never read the. We don't know how to read Asian text characters. Yeah. Australia? Nobody in Australia. Too early in the morning for them.
Malbois in Switzerland.
Mambois in Switzerland.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah,
So,
nice turnout.
Lots of happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody, for wishing. Like, it's a special day for a mom, right? The birthday of, especially because I only have one child, so it's a pretty special day for me to remember back on that birthday. All of you who are moms, even and dads too, we remember. It's a pretty special day for you too, huh, Tim?
Yeah, I got raspberries and
Tim, well, yeah, Tim got Trinity's. I made her breakfast in bed, which she's 17, so she didn't eat it. So Tim got it.
it's awesome.
He's enjoying that. So what do we got? We got about 6 minutes before we get started.
Elka in the Netherlands.
Hello, Elka in the Netherlands.
Oh, and Susan's in Pakistan.
Susan's in Pakistan. So that's kind of Asia.
It's not kind of.
It is Asia. I always think of India, yeah, as India, not Asia, but yeah.
You think what?
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get started in about 6 minutes. Make sure you have your blocks and your bolster. You're going to need 2 blankets today. When we're doing a restorative class, I like to have a blanket on top of my mat. And we're going to do myofascial release in a restorative class to just help you see how much more you're able to let go when you apply some myofascial release techniques between your restorative poses. The other thing I wanted to let you know about for members, this is part of our membership community, is I have a brand new course coming up. It's called Online Communication Online Communication. And I'm trying to think of what it is. Spiritual embodiment in a disembodied space. And that's, yeah, it's going to be a really cool course because can you believe we spend 24 hours online in a week and 3 hours a day online in email. And so the other thing is that the research unanimously shows that the time in social media is increasingly causing more anxiety and stress and depression and fear of missing out. And a lot of my members have talked about how even just reading certain posts online can be really quite triggering. And so I've been really reflecting on this and thinking about it a lot lately and put together this course. In the course, we're going to be talking about how to stop really segregating our lives. You know, I know so many of you are really super dedicated to your yoga practices, your meditation practices, your spiritual path, and you're really living and embodying those. And so that really doesn't need to be separate at all from our time online, from our time communicating online. We don't need to separate our spiritual selves out from that. And in this course, we're going to marry those two together in a really beautiful way and talk about how to be spiritually embodied when we're communicating online. Because, you know, otherwise we're just kind of like sending these messages out into the ethers, but we can really bring our spiritual embodiment into those spaces. We're going to talk about the energy of messages, really bringing in a lot of what we've been focusing on lately, which has been the three treasures. And then we're going to be talking about sending, offering, and receiving love, referring to the Maitri practices. And also another big thing is feng shuiing our messages, just like the look of them, because a lot of times even just the look of a message can be quite overwhelming. So that's going to be the course. If you're a member, it's already included in the price of your membership. If not, you can register to become a member. The value is incredible. 4-week course. I put February 8th as the due date to receive applications for the course. It's limited to 12 people in each time slot. There are 2 time slots. If you can't make the time slots, you just make an agreement that you will listen to the recordings before the next class. And yeah, they fill up. I've already started receiving applications. So if it interests you at all, you want to get on that ASAP because my message inbox in the membership community is already still starting to fill up with those applications. So I know it's going to be great. It's going to be a great way to spend the last 2 weeks of February and the first couple of weeks of March. And I think it's amazing that we're going to be able to start to make that difference online since we spend so much time in that space. Okay, we got a minute till we start. How is the audio? I'm probably not going to talk this loud once I start teaching. You guys will probably have to turn me up. So keep that in mind. I'll try to calm down into my yoga teacher speak. I need a swig of tea before we get started. Should we say hi to anybody else before we start? And then,
Francesca from Italy.
Hello, Francesca from Italy.
And Elka bought a ball for the myofascial release in case that was necessary.
Oh, Elka's got a ball. Yeah, today we're going to use our hands for myofascial release because this is on YouTube. I didn't assume that anybody would have any props. But in the membership community for Fascia February, we use, I can show you what props we use. Well, I won't show you. We use the soft foam roller, we use a slow-mo ball, and we use soft squash balls. I've found those to be the best for the widest population.
Alrighty, so it is 9 a.m. here on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, I'll do, so 9 a.m. here on Vancouver Island. Are we ready to get started, everybody? Okay. In this restorative yoga class, we are going to use some myofascial release techniques to help you let go even more deeply in your restorative yoga postures. Hi, I'm Melissa from Yoga with Melissa. Today we are doing a restorative yoga class. You are going to need 2 blocks, a bolster, 2 blankets, and a wall. And I'm going to get you started with your legs up the wall today. If you have any back issues, you could do legs up the chair or knees bent with your legs up the wall. So get your hips right up against the wall. And then you're going to swing your legs around. And bring your legs at the wall. And as I said, if you have back issues, you're going to bend your knees. And you can either place your hands on your belly or your arms out to the side. And as you rest here, I want you to pay particular attention to the way that it feels all the way through your whole body. So along the backs of your legs, up the back of your body, all the way up through your shoulders, back of your neck, and back of your head. Because if we ask, what is myofascia? Myo means muscle, and fascia means the tissue that weaves around and connects the muscle. And we're really not made up of separate parts. It's a whole thing. It's not like the calf muscle is one thing and the shoulder is another thing. It's all connected with fascia. So I just want to say a few things about fascia here before we get started. But as you're resting here with your legs at the wall, really pay attention, as I said, to your back line, all the way along the backs of your legs, all the way up your back of your neck, shoulders, back of your head, and pay attention to how you're breathing as well. So fascial tissue gets misaligned due to trauma, injury, poor movement patterns, and emotional stress. And as one of our members said, she brought a ball. You can use foam rollers and balls to release fascia. And fascia is rich in nerve endings, so it creates a direct pathway for nerve signals to flow to and from your brain, which aids in our proprioception, coordination, and our ability to control our movements. So fascia controls a neurophysiological response. When we do myofascial release, like we're going to do today, it influences your nervous system. Because your fascial system is so rich in nerve endings, the gentle pressure on your fascia communicates that there's no longer need for tension in that area of your body. So the myofascial release that we're going to do today creates a neurological response that gives you the opportunity to create more efficient movement patterns. So as you're paying attention here to your entire back body, backs of your legs, buttocks, back, shoulders, back of your neck, back of your head, really notice how it feels. Notice how you're breathing. Notice if there's tension or pain in any of these areas. And then you're going to bend your knees, roll to your side, and slowly come out of this. We're going to do some plantar myofascial release. That just is a fancy way of saying we're going to release the fascia on the bottoms of your feet. So come into a comfortable seated position. You can sit in a chair. And let's start with your right foot, so everybody's doing the same foot. Mm-hmm. And just do this in a way that's comfortable for you. I'm just going to cross my right leg over my left so that it's easier for you to see. This is the blanket you're going to need later. Okay. So you're going to start by creating circles. You can use both your thumbs, and you're just going to circle your thumbs on the bottom of your feet. From behind your toes, and we'll just work our way down to your heels. Remember to breathe and just use a pressure that feels good for you. So we're just doing Myofascial release. Myo meaning muscle, fascia meaning the tissue that wraps around the muscle on the plantar fascia, the fascia on the bottom of your feet. And pay attention to your whole body as you do this. So you may start to notice, I'm feeling this in my knee, I'm feeling it in my hip, I'm starting to feel it up through my right shoulder even, the right side of my head. Okay, then we're going to do elevators. So you're going to slide your thumbs back and forth like sliding doors or elevators, opening and closing, okay? So you're just going to go back and forth. Back up to the toes. Remember to keep breathing. And then go back down to your heels. Okay, and then we're going to break the popsicle. So you're going to imagine you're breaking the popsicle on your feet. And just go down your foot and imagine you're breaking a popsicle. Keep feeling your body as a whole. So you might be feeling this. I'm feeling this in my shin, my lower leg, up through my hip. Okay. Remember, it's a system of proprioception, so it allows you to feel your body. You're sensing the nerve endings here. Okay, and then we're going to go back to legs up the wall. So you're going to come, we're just doing the one foot so you can feel the difference between the two sides. Don't worry, I'll even you out. We'll be doing the other side after. So get your hips back up against the wall. Swing your legs around. And pause here. And feel the difference between the right and the left side of the body. So my right leg is actually touching the wall now, so is my right buttocks. My left side is not. Feels much more fluid and integrated. I'm feeling the change all the way up the right side of my body, which also feels like it's resting into the ground more. Just feeling a greater sense of ease all the way along the right side of my body. Okay, so let's come down and even you out so that we can do your left foot. So you can feel that nice release down the left side of your body. So we'll take the bottom of your left foot and we're going to start with those circles again. So starting at the top of your foot. So I learned these massage techniques from my friend Rachel Richards, and you guys definitely need to check out her YouTube channel. I've collaborated with her before, so you can see her on my secondary channel as well. She is a wonderful human being, and she has lots of self-massage on her channel. So as you're doing this, really feel through your whole body. So I'm feeling this in the back of my head. I'm feeling it in my hip. Okay, then we're going to do those sliding doors back and forth. So you're going to go thumb crossing. Keep breathing. Okay, and then we're going to break the popsicle. Okay, and then let's come back to legs up the wall and feel the difference now that you've massaged the bottoms of both feet. Okay, so bend your knees and roll to your side. And for our next pose, you're going to need your blocks. So you're going to set them up with one high and one low. And we're going to do a supported fish pose. And we're just going to check in and see here. So, by the way, this is the most effective way to do self myofascial release, is to come into a movement or pose, do self myofascial release, and then do the movement or pose again, so that you get the most change in range of motion or movement. That's what the research is showing. That's why we're doing it this way. So you're going to rest over the blocks. And you're going to take your arms out to the side. And I want you to just pay attention here to particularly the pecs, your chest muscles, and the ease with which this is opening here. And also notice how you are finding your breath coming right up into your chest here. So breath into your belly, ribs, into your upper chest. Notice how free the breath is moving into your upper chest. Also noticing any tension or pain in this area. And then you can come off, and just for those of you that wanted to see the blocks again, this is how the blocks are set up. One high, one low. And then for the myofascial release for this one, you're going to need a wall. And this is why I left my mat set up like this. I know it wasn't the best view for seeing the blocks or me. But I'll move it after we do this one. Okay, so for this one, a good idea to kneel, face parallel to the wall. And we're going to start with the right shoulder. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to put your thumb on the front of your shoulder and your fingers on the back of your shoulder. So your thumb is pointing down towards your breastbone and pushing down and in towards the direction is towards the nipple line. And you'll probably feel a little bit of like a trigger point there. And then you're going to take your hand on the wall and you're going to press down and in. And when you do this, all I can describe it as, it's kind of like a ginkgo leaf that fans out. Like that, you'll feel the fascia fanning out on you. Okay? So that's the kind of sensation that you want to get going there. So if the wall was in front of me, I'm kind of going like this. I'm kind of doing a rolling motion. I've got my hand on the wall because it provides some leverage. And then the feeling that I'm getting under my fascia is that it's fanning out. And if you guys could let Tim know in the comments that, some thumbs up or something that you're getting that would be helpful to me but I showed you, you got it, right? It made sense? Yeah, okay. So we're going to roll this about 10 times. And just feel that fascia splaying out. Feel it softening and spreading, kind of gets like softer like butter under your hands. Okay, and then we're going to come back onto our blocks and we're going to feel the difference. This is kind of more of a myofascial release class than a restorative class, but you get to see the difference it makes and how much you're able to let go in the poses, okay? So now just feel the difference between the right and the left side. And it feels like my left arm is just like hanging up here in the air and my right arm is really dropping and letting go. Okay, let's even you out and do the left side. So we're going to do that same movement. So this time your right thumb is going to come on the front of your left shoulder and you're pushing down and in towards the nipple line. Your left hand comes on the wall and then you're rolling in and you're just feeling that fascia splay out. That tissue's just splaying out underneath your thumb. Pressing into the wall, that creates that leverage. Okay, let's come back to supported fish pose. Feel the difference. Isn't that amazing? And feel how much more your breath is coming into your upper chest now as well. I feel like a new woman. So why is this important? Why would you want to do this? Well, in this pose in particular, because our postures just tend to get so rounded over computers and cell phones. This is really going to open it up in ways that haven't been accessible before because we're doing that extra myofascial release.
I'll collect the instruction and say Patrick.
Okay, good. Thanks for the feedback. Glad that the instruction worked well. Thank you for letting me know. That technique was the one that I was most worried about, so I appreciate that. Okay, you guys ready to move on? I kind of forget what was next. Okay, I'm going to move my mat. You're going to need your bolster. You guys are going to love this. I love this next release. You're going to need your bolster. I'm going to move my mat so it's easier for you guys to see me. Okay, this is a simple restorative pose. We've done it lots of times, but let's just take a look and see how it feels. We've already done the myofascial release for your pecs, so you're going to notice a difference in the ease of it because of that in the backs of the legs. But you're going to walk your knees off to the right side of your mat, lower your left hips down, and come into the twist. And particularly here, just feel into your spine. Okay, and we're actually going to do both sides just so you can feel both sides. We're going to walk your knees off the left side, lower your right hip down, lengthen your spine long, and lower down. So really notice how this feels in your whole body, particularly along your spine. Okay, and then we're going to do some myofascial release for your substitute for bolster. Roll up some blankets, towels, get cushions, wrap a blanket around it. We're going to do a myofascial release for your erector spinae now. This is one of my favorite ones. I love them all. This just is like the coolest thing. So you're going to have to lift up your shirt a little bit. Hope I don't have too big muffin tops today. So you're going to take your thumb. I really don't want to give the angle that's going to be the best because it's going to be a... Can you see this? Or do you need... Yeah, you got it? Okay. You're going to take your thumb and you're going to push it up your spine. Up the side of your spine. Don't go on your spine, up the side of your spine. Yeah. And then you're going to just lean back. And you can feel the tissue moving underneath your thumb. And that's all there is to it. You're just going to lean back and just feel the tissue moving underneath your thumb. That's all there is to it. It's really simple. This is great. I think Patrick said he has back issues. It's great. If you have back issues, it will feel really good. Okay, and then let's do it on the other side as well. So you take your thumb, take your hand, wrap it around your waist, take your thumb on the side of your spine, and the direction is up the spine. Okay, so you just push up along the side of the spine, not on the spine. And the same thing, you're just leaning back. And feel the movement of the tissue underneath the thumb. Okay. And then we're going to come back into the twist, and I want you to really pay attention to the difference along your spine. So walk your knees off to the right side, lower your left hips down, and lengthen your spine along the bolster. And wow, just even feel the difference in how long your torso feels. Feel how much more you can breathe into your torso. Notice how much more free your low back feels. When I first discovered myofascial release, it was like magic to me. Just so amazing. Okay, let's do it on the other side. So walk your knees off the left side, lower your right hips down, lengthen long, lower down. Still feels like magic after all these years. I think it was in 2013 I first started teaching myofascial release in our membership community. So what is that, 6 years now I've been teaching this? It's a pretty amazing technique. Okay, so are you ready to be amazed even more? I'm going to keep amazing you today. This is going to be for side bends. Now, you're going to need a bolster or a pillow, and then a second pillow or a block for your head. And so this one's for side bend, and side bends are really important because we tend to kind of have our arms just glued by the side of our bodies all the time like this. And they're meant to move all around. And all of you know, if you've been watching me for any length of time, I've even had problems with range of motion in my left shoulder, in particular with frozen shoulder. So this is a real issue, especially if you're a woman. You really need to keep your shoulders moving. So that's what we're going to do with this one. So we're going to do a side bend. So we're just going to feel it first. You're going to lie on your right side and take your left arm all the way over. And just see how that feels. And you'll probably notice it feels pretty tight pretty tense. Because our arms are just so used to being by the side of our body. I just want to say a special welcome to people who are joining us later. We're doing myofascial release for restorative yoga. It's great to have you with us. So basically what we're doing is some myofascial release, and then we're coming into restorative yoga pose, feeling the difference. And the research is showing now that this is the best way to apply myofascial release, is to not use it as a technique on its own, but to use the myofascial release, come into a movement pattern, get the greater range of motion in the movement pattern, and then not just use it as a technique on its own. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, so now we're going to apply this myofascial release for, I'm going to get the name of the muscle here. Subscapularis, your subscapularis. Don't know that one off the top of my head, to be honest. Okay, so we're going to take your hand and you're going to place it in your armpit. Like if your hands were cold, that's what you're going to do. And then your thumb is going to be just where it lands. You're just going to place some pressure on it there. And let me just get the direction of it. I'm going to make sure I get this right. Yeah, I thought that. It feels counterintuitive. Okay, your thumb's actually supposed to push down. So it's going to go, your thumb's going to go down, down. And then your arm's going to go up. Your arm's going to go up, and then it's going to externally rotate. So lower your arm down, and then you're going to lift and see how the fascia moves under your hand. So you're going to lift and open. So your palm's actually going to turn towards the not the ceiling, towards the wall behind you, right? Because if you're internally rotating, your palm would turn towards your hand, your body. If you're externally rotating, so you take it overhead. So it actually, when you take it overhead, it's turning behind you. So lift, turn your arm behind you. And feel how the tissue is moving underneath your thumb. And that's going to create the release that we're looking for. These are great if you've had frozen shoulder, like moi. It's hot in here. Okay, and then we're going to come back over our bolster, and we're going to feel this again. So take your right arm out and take your arm over, and holy cow, feel the difference. Notice how much more ease you have in your motion, how much more fluid it feels in the body, how much more range of motion you have, and also just feel how much easier it is to breathe here. Okay. And you can also feel how it's releasing all the way down your whole side body, because it's not, fascia is connected through the whole body. So it's not just affecting one part, it's affecting your whole body. You feel release in your head, all the way down the side, your feet. Okay, let's check it out on the other side. So this time you lie on your left side, and we're just going to feel what it feels like on the right side of your body. This side might be tighter because it's your mouse side. It's the side that does more work, especially if you're right hand dominant. Okay, so you're feeling for tension, noticing how breath is, noticing what the range of motion feels like. And then we're going to come up, and we're going to take your hand underneath your shoulder, and you put your thumb in that space, and you're going to push down, so in and down. And then you raise your arm, and you externally rotate, which means the arm turns towards behind you, to the wall behind you. And then you lower. Inhale, lift. And externally rotate. Keep breathing. Feel how that's releasing your jaw, the side of your head. Feel the release in your shoulder, down your hip. So your fascia connects your body as a whole, so feel these movements globally. Keep breathing. Hello, Anna in Italy. Thank you for joining us. Great to have so many people with us live today. Everybody's excited about myofascial release. Okay, so we're going to lie on our left side again. Take your left arm out and your right arm over, and just feel that difference. Oh, it feels so much more juicy. Got more range of motion. Just greater ease in my side body now. I can feel things opening up all the way down through my torso. Feel movement into my belly here, my hips, my IT band. So we do the myofascial release, and then you're able to come into the movement and experience more letting go than you normally would. And this is the optimal way to practice myofascial release techniques according to the latest research. Okay. And then we're going to come into Shavasana, and I still have some more myofascial release for you in Shavasana. So you're going to take your bolster, place it underneath your knees, and lie down. And in Shavasana, I want you to just take a moment and feel how great your body feels. Now I want you to tune into your neck. Feel your neck. Notice if there's any pain or tension in your neck. Notice how long or short your neck feels. Notice how far away it feels from the ground. There should be a curve in your neck that curves away from the ground. It's not like it should touch the ground, but just notice how tension, sometimes it can feel really tense and lifted away from the ground. Like right now, all the bones in my neck feel really grippy. That's kind of my experience. And then we're going to come up. And I'm going to sit with my back facing you so I can demonstrate some myofascial release for your neck. And you can put some thank you in the comments for this because you're going to love this. If you're anything like me and you almost always have neck pain. Pardon? You want this for the thumbnail?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand and you're just going to grab onto the tissue on the back of your neck. Kind of like, you know, how you can lift up a puppy or a kitten like that. That's kind of how you're going to do it. Not so that it hurts you, but just so that you're grabbing like some slack tissue. You can even just bend your neck back so that you get some slack tissue. And then you're just going to tuck your chin to your chest and lift. So that's the movement in your neck that creates the massage. Your hands don't even have to move or do any work. I've never picked up a puppy that way, but some people, you see people doing it that way. Have you ever picked up a puppy that way? No, me neither. Okay, and then you're going to turn your head to the left and the right. And again, because you've got this slack tissue in your hands, that's what creates the... Oh yeah, you can see my microphone wire. And then we're going to do this with our other hand too. Just grab some tissue. And then you're going to lie back down. And you're going to feel your neck. Now, how much better does that feel? My neck feels so much better, and feel how much that release is going down and into your shoulders now too. Okay, now this is the best part of this class. I urge you not to worry about how your hair is going to look after this. You're going to... I'll get you to get a hairbrush because I'll need a hair... I meant to bring my hairbrush. I should have said that's a prop that you're going to need is a hairbrush. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your fingers and you're going to make little circles on your scalp. I was doing this for Tim last night. It feels good, right? It's magic, yeah. So you're going to, and what you're doing is you're just going to move the skin around on your scalp. So you want to get the skin moving on your scalp. Okay, and it might only move a little bit at first, and then just go with the little bit of movement that's happening, and it'll start to move more. So we're just going to do little circles all over our scalp here. And if you get headaches, then you're going to pay a little bit more attention around the temples. And around the base of the skull. Okay, this is the part that's going to make your hair messy, but you're going to do it anyway because it's so worth it. You're going to just grab onto some tufts of hair and you're going to pull your hair. This increases blood flow to your head and helps to reduce headaches. We're releasing the myofascial tissue of your scalp here. This will help release pain and tension in your neck. And then go back to doing the circles. Hi, Linda in Winnipeg. Notice how your shoulders are loosening up as you're doing this. You can feel my chest loosening as I'm doing this. And then just run the 10 tigers through the forest. That'll lift your head up off the ground. And take a moment here again just to feel into your whole body. Notice how your neck is more released, your shoulders are more released from the myofascial release of your scalp. Maybe your jaw is more released, less tension in your head. And then let's just do a scan of our whole bodies too, breathing in through your whole body. Notice the difference from the beginning of the class. Notice if you're breathing better. Notice if there's more ease through your entire body. Notice if you're feeling more relaxed, more connected to the earth, more in your body.
Just came back from the hairdressers today before the class.
Okay, and then we're going to start to deepen our breath and start to wiggle and stretch out. Oh, maybe a big yawn. And you can Bend your knees and roll to your side. Make our way up to seated, and we can see how crazy everybody's hair is. Sorry, Renata, because she said she just went to the hairdresser today. It's not too bad. That's good. So we'll gather the fruits of our practice into ourselves, and then we'll offer them out into the world. And, you know, if you found this class, which is pretty unique, I don't know anybody else who's teaching this way. If you thought it was really cool and unique, be sure to share it on your socials so other people can benefit from it. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So thanks so much for giving yourselves a thumbs up for trying something new with the myofascial release, combining it with restorative yoga to see how much more you could let go in a class. And be sure to put, wow, I cannot believe what a big difference that made in the comments. And as I said, I think this is really unique. And I would really appreciate it if you want to do so. I know you guys are all amazingly super nice people. And right now we don't spend any money on advertising on YouTube or anything like that. We're just a small little couple living here on a small island in the Pacific Ocean off of Canada. And if you guys would like to help us out, one of the things you could do would be to share this video so that other people just like you who are super nice, amazing people can find it and benefit from it as well. That would really help us out, and subscribe to the channel.
Linda just shared it on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
Thank you, Linda. I shared it on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. That is really awesome. We really super appreciate that.
Say hi to Judy in Ontario.
Hello, Judy in Ontario. Thanks for being with us.
And Susan was saying hello. That was really great.
Thanks, Susan. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
And they're probably about a full minute behind.
Oh, okay, so it's about a minute behind. Let me know if you have any comments or questions about this. I know it was pretty different, so there may be some comments and questions so that we can answer those now. And yeah, this is what we're focusing on in February in our membership community. It's Fascia February, so be sure to, Tim, you got the link for the membership sign up there? So they can sign up for the membership if they want to sign up and join us in February. Yeah, if you go to melissawest.com, there's a link there to sign up if you want to become a member and get all of that. We'll be using the foam rollers and the balls for that in our membership community. And the whole month, we've got 6-week plans if you're just starting out with the props, and also plans for upper back pain, lower back pain, and also our daily yoga connection with curated content each day, where we give you videos to do each day with myofascial release. So lots of great things coming up. And in our book club too, Maria just sent me our book club yesterday, and that's related to fascia, and I know our moonstruck section as well. Everybody will be going fascia crazy in February. So
So Patrick's going to share it with his friends.
oh, thanks, Patrick. You know,
Special Olympics.
from Special Olympics. Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Anna says thank you.
You're welcome, Anna. I'm glad you enjoyed the class. Thanks for letting me know.
Rose said it was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Rose. I'm glad that it was helpful for you.
I said thank you for all the thumbs up.
Thank you so much for everybody for giving all the thumbs up. We really appreciate that. I'm glad the class was helpful for all of you.
And the double down says the head massage.
Linda liked the head massage. You know, you guys can give yourselves head massages anytime. I get headaches, as many of you know. I suffer from headaches, and just a little head massage anytime. It's great. And let me tell you, if you want to practice on somebody, your partners never actually turn them down. They purr.
Said
Oh, good, Cello. I'm glad you liked it.
Sharing it as well.
Oh, thanks so much for sharing, everybody. That, that is a way that you can really help us out. Sometimes we really appreciate the people that offer us donations and things. That makes a huge difference to us in our lives because it helps keep a roof over our head, and people that become members, this is what we do full time for a living. But, sometimes if you don't have the resources or the funding to do things like that, then you can do things like be our ambassadors, be our publicists, and you can share our classes online and social. You can let other people know about us, and that really helps too.
Elka said that for the past year, her IT band and psoas have been frozen, but self-massage helps.
Yes, Alka says her IT band's been frozen. That must be very, and her psoas. Yeah, that can cause a lot of problems, but self-massage really helps. That's amazing. Yeah.
Renata really likes the self-massage techniques. They're amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I am loving the self-massage too. I love combining it. The magic, Renata says that self-massage she really likes. The magic is when you combine it with the movement, because you do the myofascial release, then you do the movement, you get the increased range of motion in the movement, and the two coupled together, that's the magic. Because if you just do the myofascial release on its own, it feels good, but then you're not experiencing any gain in range of motion to tell your brain that something has changed. So that's why it's really great when the way that I've been teaching it. So
Simone says hi and much love.
hello, Simone.
And Jen Franklin says thank you.
Hi, Jen Franklin. Nice to see you.
And Viviana, very helpful and useful.
I'm glad you found it helpful and useful, Viviana.
And Judy had some issues, used my thumbs due to arthritis.
Thumbs with arthritis. Yeah, so if you have issues with your thumbs, then I would encourage you to come and check out our membership, because that's where the props really work well. So the soft foam roller, are we back?
They should help hear you at least.
Okay, so what I was saying with thumbs and arthritis, the reason why I chose the hands is because not everybody has props, right? And so I thought it was the lowest barrier to entry. However, this is a really good point that if you have arthritis, then using your hands is going to be very painful. So then the props would be the best thing. And in our membership community, I've got lots of videos with the squash balls and soft foam roller and the slow-mo ball, and I've chosen those props in particular, the soft foam roller and the slow-mo ball, because the people that tend to be attracted to my classes don't tend to be like super muscly athletes that need a lot of stimulation of their tissue. The people that are attracted in my communities tend to be people that just need very little stimulation, and then get a lot of results from that. Tend to be pretty sensitive people, and so we found that these props work best for us because just a little, you just need a little bit of stimulation, and then our neurophysiological response, the nervous system responds really well to that, is what we found. So yeah, we use these props that are just very gentle and provide a really good response. Does that make sense?
Sorry for being blurry.
That's okay. Oh, just apologizing for being blurry. Tim's getting the camera back up. It wouldn't be a live show without something. That's how it goes with live.
I'm basically right in your head.
Are you?
Yeah. Because
Hello.
we're just gonna leave it like that.
Okay.
That'll work.
All right. Any other questions?
How do you join the membership?
How do you join the membership? Go to melissawest.com, and then there's a membership sign up tab across the top, and I think there's like a circle or a triangle or a square or something along the side too. So there's ways, either way, you'll find it there. And if you still have trouble, then send a message, email to Tim at admin@melissawest.com, and he will get you all sorted.
Yeah. And then, yes, we're back. I can't believe that was so good.
Oh, that's so nice. Somebody said it was really good. I feel so great now. Feel so good. A little tired. I'm going to be doing some yoga nidra today for my early morning.
That's weird. Probably good idea. Things happen. That's what Patrick says. Stuff happens.
Stuff, yeah. Things happen. That's how it goes with live. Usually we got to have something at live. Nice that it happened at the end. Okay? Sounds good? Okay, thank you all so much for joining. It's always a pleasure to spend time with you like this at the end of the month. Can't believe it's the end of January already. Oh my gosh. Is 2019 going to be like a lightning fast year? Did it go fast for you, Tim?
Huh? 2000 what?
2019. Did
Yeah, it's
this
clipping
month?
along nicely.
It's clipping along nicely. Yeah. We're going to have an 18-year-old before we know it. That's going to, I mean, I'm okay with 17, but 18, that's going to be like, oh, I have a baby adult.
You already have a baby. Adult.
I do have a baby adult. She thinks she's an adult.
That's true.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for celebrating our daughter's birthday with us today. Thank you for being with us. Thanks for having so much fun doing myofascial release. Let's call this a myofascial release class more than a restorative class. If you want to really totally zen out, check out, we've got like almost 30 other restorative classes, and they're much more zen than this one. But this one, man, I feel like Gumby now. So have a great day. See you next week. Namaste.